Hope you're having a good week. Right now I'm in Calgary and the tour's going great so far. We have about 5 more shows left and then I'll be heading back home. So I got your email and in it you asked to learn a song with fingerpicking, so I chose Dust in the Wind by Kansas. And this week we're just going to look at the intro for this one. And with this song we're looking at variations on the C major and the A minor chords on the left hand, and then a finger picking pattern using the thumb, the index, and the middle finger. Okay, so let's start by looking at the left hand. We're going to spend a few minutes learning these chord variations and then just isolate an exercise with the left hand to try to get comfortable switching from chord to chord. Okay? So, the 3 chords we're going to be looking at, the first one you already know is a C major. So, I'll show you one more time. First finger, skip a string, middle finger, and then third finger. Okay? So we've done that one before. There's our C major. Okay, the second one, and this is just a variation on the C chord, it's called the C major 7. And what we're doing here, just lift off your index finger. Okay, that's all it is. And that's the sound of a C major 7. Okay, so C major, lift off your first finger, you get a C major 7. The last one we're going to do is the C add 9. And what we do, take your pinky and put it on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So we put it right there. Okay, so another variation on the C chord. So far we have the C major with index on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Then the C major 7, just by lifting off your first finger and leaving that 2nd string open. And then the 3rd chord, the C add 9, take your pinky, put it on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay, so those are the first 3 chords of the song. Okay, so the next chord variations we're going to look at are the A minor, the A sus2, and the A sus4. Okay, so the first chord we're going to look at is the A minor. And again, we've built this one before, but put your first finger, start it on the 2nd string, 1st fret, then middle finger, right here, 2nd fret, 4th string, then 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, okay? Standard A minor. Okay, the next one we're going to do is the A sus2, or A suspended 2nd, and same type of thing we did before, just lift up your first finger. There's our A sus2. Okay, so far we have A minor, A sus2, and the third one is exactly what we did on the C major chord. We add our pinky again on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, right there. Okay, so and that's called an A sus4, A suspended 4th. So what we're doing here is A minor. Lift up your first finger, A sus2, and then add your pinky, A sus4. Okay, so let's go over everything that we have so far. The first 3 chords are the C major, then the C major 7, lift up your first finger, and then the C add 9, add your pinky. Remember, all the changes just happened on the 2nd string. Okay, now the exact same thing, but on the A minor. So we have an A minor with your first finger down on the 2nd string. Then lift up that first finger, A sus2. Now take your pinky, same spot, 2nd string, 3rd fret for an A sus4. Okay, so right now we're going to take a couple minutes and I want you to build up the muscle memory on the left hand. Okay, so what we're doing, we're not focused on the right hand at all, and all we're doing is looping through those 6 variations to get your fingers used to doing those switches. Okay, so I want you to go C, then lift, add your pinky, and then go back to a C. Then switch to an A minor, do the same thing. A minor, lift up your first finger, add your pinky, and then go back to your first finger. Okay, so Even though there's only 3 variations, I want you to loop through it sort of 4 switches. So you start with your first finger down and you end with your first finger down. And another trick, whenever you're putting your pinky down, add your first finger at the same time. That way when it's time to go back to your first finger, all you're doing is lifting off your pinky. So don't put your pinky on and keep your first finger off. Put them down simultaneously so that you can just lift up. Okay, so right now, pause the video, spend 1, maybe even 2 minutes if you're feeling ambitious, and just cycle through those chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give that a try. Alright, how was that? That's not too bad, right? Alright, good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to try is taking a look at the actual pattern for this song. So in the email I sent you, I also attached a PDF, and that has all the tabs in it, so that's what you can follow along for this. Now essentially what we're doing is, for each chord we're doing, you're going to be picking it through for 4 bars, okay? And each bar has a different variation on the chord. And once we go through those 4 bars, you switch to the next chord. So it just switches between variations on the C chord and then 4 variations on the A minor chord. Now the interesting thing with this one is our pattern only changes on the first string, just like we looked at those variations before. And what you're doing at the core of this is going 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0. So it just keeps looping through what's essentially a 3-1-0 pattern, but we're switching the chords while we do that at the same time. So it sounds a little confusing, but it'll make a little bit more sense when I start cycling through this. Okay, so again, I just want you to focus on my left hand here, and what I'm going to do is call out the frets that I'm switching to on my second string. Okay, so I start off on a C chord, and again I'm going to do 4 bars per chord while this pattern changes, okay? So here we go. 1, 0, 3, 1. Okay, so there's 4 bars on the C. Now I switch to the A minor, but because the last chord I did there had my first finger on the 1, I switched to 0, because remember the pattern goes 3-1-0 all the time. So I switch to an A minor, but I start with actually the A sus2, because I start with a 0. So now I'm going to do 4 bars there. 0, 3, 1, 0. Okay, so now I switch back to the C, and the last thing I did was a 0. So that means when I start my C, I need to start on the 3, because the pattern still has to go 3-1-0. So 4 bars on this. 3, 1, 0, 3. Now the last one, I'm going back to the A minor, and I ended on a 3, which means I start on a 1. 1, 0, 3, 1. So that's the entire intro. So always remember, it's just cycling through, so you have to pay attention to which fret you left off on to know that the next chord has to start on the next number, descending or ascending. Okay, so I'll play the whole thing through so without any breaks, so it'll make a little bit more sense as to how this pattern, remember that you're only focused on the second string changing notes right now. So all together it's 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1. And again, follow along with the tablature with this one, and it's a little bit more noticeable how that pattern is changing to 3-1-0. But always remember, 4 bars or 4 loops of the pattern per chord. So 4 loops of the C and then 4 on the A minor. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the left hand. I want you to now pause the video and spend a couple minutes just looping through. You don't need to worry about playing anything on the right hand, maybe just a single strum, but I want you to work through that pattern. So essentially what I want you to do is 1, 0, 3, 1, then switch to A minor. 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1. Just like that. Okay, so pause the video right now, spend 2 minutes, and just try to build up the muscle memory, because afterwards we're going to be integrating the right hand picking pattern, and it's going to be a lot easier if the left hand is already committed to muscle memory with those little switches. Okay, so spend a minute right now and work through that. Okay, so now that you're comfortable with that, we're going to be looking at the picking pattern. Okay, so this is all right hand stuff. And the first thing I want you to do, it's the same type of thing as when we're using a pick. We don't want to be hovering, okay? So if we're strumming, remember your arm is up here, you're moving like this, okay? If any kind of picking, you have to make sure you rest your palm on the bridge, right back here, okay? So make that connection right there. And again, what you're doing is teaching your fingers where all the strings are. If you hover, you always need to be staring down to make sure you have the right string, because you're always going to be in a different position. If you keep your right palm rested back here, you're always going to be in the same position, and you're going to be able to find the strings every time without looking here. Okay, because remember, our goal is always muscle memory on the left hand, getting comfortable with chord switches, muscle memory on the right hand, being able to find all the strings without looking down. Okay? So, for this pattern, I mentioned before, thumb, index, and middle finger. Okay? And we're only going to be working with strings 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So, nothing on the first string and nothing on the sixth string. So let's get started. I want you to use your thumb and middle fingers, and we're going to be plucking the 5th string and the 2nd string. So at this point, I don't want you to do anything with your left hand. Right now we're only going to be focused on the right hand, and we're going to get comfortable with this picking pattern. So start off by plucking the 5th string with your thumb and the 2nd string with your middle finger. Okay, that's the first step, so try that right now. Okay, next one, I want you to hit the 4th string with your thumb, and then the 3rd string with your index. So let's put that together so far. We have together, thumb, index. One more time. Okay, so there's our first few hits. Then after that, you're going to be hitting the 5th string again, and then the 2nd string again, but this time don't pluck them together, hit them individually. 5th string, 2nd string, and that's thumb, middle. Okay, so let's go over what we have so far. Together, and the 2 in the middle, 4th string, 3rd string, 5th string, 2nd string. I'll do that one more time. Try. Okay, so then after that, I want you to hit the 2 center strings again. So you're going to hit the 4th string again, and with your thumb, and then the 3rd string with your middle finger. Okay, so let's put all that together. We pluck them, the 5th string and the 2nd string together, the 2 middle strings, 4 and 3, then the outers again, 5 and 2, and then the inners again, 4 and 3. So I'm going to play that all together really slowly. And in terms of timing, just make sure you pluck the first one, wait a little bit longer than all the rest. So you let the first note ring out a little bit longer. Okay, spend a minute, try that out right now. Okay, good. So remember with this one, you're going for consistency. Okay, so don't try to play it fast, just try to play it consistent. And always make sure you're checking back. You're not hovering, you're resting right here. And once we get it consistent, then you can start trying to speed it up a little bit. And our real speed is about, we take it slow initially. Okay, so right now we've established what the right hand is doing, and remember this is doing it through the entire intro. Most of the song is with the same pattern, but the intro is specifically with that pattern on those strings. So we've established what the left hand is doing, which are the chords C major 7, C add 9, and then A minor, A suspended 2nd, A suspended 4th. Okay, and then we've also established what the right hand is doing. That picking pattern. Okay, and then we've looked at the way the pattern loops through 1 0 3 1 0 3 1 0 3 1 0 3 1 0 3 1. Okay, so now we're going to try putting it all together. So I start off in C position, got my right hand rooted back here on the bridge. We're going to give that a try. And remember, I'm going to take it really slow initially. Lift. Pinky. Lift the pinky. A minor without the first finger. Pinky. First finger. Lift. C with the pinky. Lift the pinky. Lift the index. Add the pinky. A minor with index finger on. Lift. Pinky. And last one with the index. Okay, so try it at that speed. The goal we want to work up to is C. So that's it, that's the intro of the song. So work at that for this week, and again, if you want to send me any videos of you playing it or audio notes so that I can let you know if you need any help in certain areas, or just any questions, you can send them to me at my email. But yeah, good luck with that one, and we'll try out the verse next week. And remember, with a lot of these songs, with this song in particular, the patterns all stay the same. At least with the right hand, and a lot of the same chords because we're in the key of C. So the verse is going to be that much easier for you if you've gotten comfortable with the picking pattern and you've gotten comfortable